Target because I heard that their new Pride collection was out. So let's take a look. This is a special swimsuit. It is invented for tucking. Live, laugh, lesbian. Are they amoebas? These don't even look like people. Queer. This right here. These are baby clothes. They say that grooming isn't happening, then why are there Pride baby onesies? Trans people will always exist. This is the ugliest shirt I've ever seen. I don't care if you're queer. Why would you wear this? This is ugly. Kids go into a pride parade. You got a little pride skirt for your kid. Super queer. It's like a superpower. Honestly, Target, what is going on? This is pretty disgusting. A whole collection for Pride. The tucking bathing suit, though. This is something new. I have yet to see a bathing suit that is for tucking.
Wow. To be fair, there is a lot of money to be made during fifth generational warfare, so there's that. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org, and we have an overabundance of absolutely wild and crazy news to get into, especially when it comes to some local news in New York City that has a lot of people internationally saying, what in the world is happening here? As, of course, there's also a lot of explosions happening internationally. All of this as we have more urban decay and the decay of a social media platform that promised to be free that just hired some very questionable individuals to run their operations. We're going to be talking about Twitter, their new CEO, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was done by, I don't know who this young woman is, but she did a good job detailing the latest PSYOP products available to you at Target that probably is going to be boycotted very soon. Now, if you know who this creator is, please let me know down in the comment section below so we could attribute them and their social medias correctly, as it looks like they're definitely highlighting a lot of really important cultural issues that we definitely deserve to talk about. As culturally, I think it's fair to say we're in some deep trouble, as of course we're beginning to see the political prosecution of individuals based on mob mentality rather than actual legal proceedings and grand juries that didn't happen in the specific case of former Marine Daniel Penny that was charged with manslaughter over the weekend, charged by woke district attorney that's financed by very powerful billionaire Alvin Braggs in Manhattan, as this former U.S. Marine is facing 15 years in prison for an incident on the New York City subway system that ended the life of Jordan Neely, a 30-year-old homeless man with over 40 prior arrests and, of course, severe mental health issues. This, as today we're also learning that Jordan Neely got only 4 months in jail for an attempted kidnapping of a child. No jail time, by the way, for an attempted murder on an elderly woman, after, of course, having an extensive rap sheet, while this man that subdued him with other fellow passengers and put him in a chokehold is now facing 15 years in jail. All of this is, I think it's fair to say, there's a lot of propaganda surrounding this entire incident, as of course the videos are being played over and over again by the corporate media, also on a lot of social media algorithms. There's a lot of images of Jordan Neely going around when he was 15 years old, 15 years ago almost, while a lot of questions still remain about this entire incident. Specifically, why is the Marine getting charged here and not the other passengers that also helped detain Jordan Neely? As of course, many people of color also participated in this entire tragic incident that took the life of Jordan Neely. Who are these other two guys that participated in this entire event? Well, we don't know. The media is not really focusing on them. They clearly look like people of color. Does that have something to do with this entire incident? Who knows? But I think it's fair to say that race politics is taking a priority seat in American legal systems over, of course, the actual incident and what actually happened here, as the New York Post is even reporting that the district attorney here that pressed the charges against this veteran actually decided to skip the step of a grand jury, as of course this is a highly politicized case that is now mainstream, that the corporate media is salivating behind because of the optics here, while clearly ignoring a lot of the key details here, like an elderly woman that, according to the New York Post, was a part of this entire incident and is now, quote, praying for this U.S. Marine, as she details how Jordan Neely was threatening the life of many individuals on that subway train. Now, exactly what happened on that specific day, what are the real details here, what led up to this entire incident, Well, that's something that, of course, we are still waiting to find out. This, as a lot of political commentators are saying, that this one single U.S. Marine is being singled out and railroaded by a woke billionaire machine that is hell-bent on creating more criminality in major Democratic areas, while, of course, punishing anyone who dares to defend themselves. This, as I think it's fair to say, the U.S. legal justice system is definitely becoming more and more political inside of the United States, especially in major Democratic areas like New York City, that, of course, politically go after presidential candidates, Congress members, who, of course, do not believe in the current establishment narratives, as political opponents to the current regime are infiltrated by FBI agents, spied on, and have every little personal detail about them released to the general public and the corporate media to make fun of. All of this while real crime that's affecting the average day American citizens is being ignored, obfuscated, and just excused, as, of course, the number one most dangerous threat to America is white supremacy, according to the President of the United States, which, of course, the official crime statistics and data do not really highlight that at all, even though that they are trumped up in many instances. If you look at the crime statistics, if you look at the data, yeah, they don't really highlight that, but that's a major talking point of the current regime in power, who said that this is the most dangerous threat to the nation during the President of the United States address to Howard University this past Saturday in Washington, D.C. And with political ideologies being criminalized online, that's one reason out of many reasons we created thebestpoliticalshirts.com, where you could get amazing t-shirts like the one that I'm showing you on the screen right now with Waffle House Wendy with the tagline, "Becoming Ungovernable." This shirt as well highlights also the current situation with our justice system. This other very accurate depiction of the FBI here doing what they're best at also, I think, fairly depicts the current situation in our modern day society, which you can express as an idea in the real world without any kind of censorship. They could censor a lot of the stuff online, especially when it comes to, of course, the algorithms and the social media, with the actual downranking of actual legitimate ideas that people just don't like. And none of that happens in the real life when you're at the grocery store, when you're at the bank, when you're walking down the street or in the park, or your dog. Yes, that's you, Atlas. When we walk down the street, people are forced to see political messages that, of course, provoke thought, while also at the same time showing individuals that they are not alone. And one of the easiest ways to do lazy form of activism is to just simply check out thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Pick yourself up a shirt. We also have beanies, we have accessories, we have yoga mats, we have swimsuits, we have socks with Joe Biden sniffing your feet. Yes, we got it. Plus a lot of other content that we cannot show you here on this particular platform. All of that is available to you on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. That also goes towards sustaining and growing this independent media operation, while allowing us to have our own independent platform to say and do what we want, which we think is going to be definitely important after Elon Musk just announced the person that is going to be taking over his role as the CEO of Twitter, and that person is Linda Yaccarino. That is, quote, going to build Twitter 2.0, or as many people are calling it, the Gulag 2.0, as Linda Yaccarino decided to start off her stint as the representation of Twitter by blocking a lot of political accounts that disagreed with her. As I think it's fair to say that this individual definitely is very establishment, to say the least, and has argued for some very counterintuitive and some would say even nefarious policies on social media that, of course, prioritize woke corporations over the individuals and free expression of speech. Now, what in the world is Elon Musk thinking? Getting a fox to guard the hen house? Well, I don't know, but this is not a good idea for everyone else. But there might be a reason he's doing this that we're going to be talking about at the end of this video. This says Linda Yaccarino is also the chairperson of the World Economic Forum's Media Task Force, and according to the LinkedIn and their own website, still is an executive chair of the World Economic Forum. She was also the chairwoman of advertising at NBC Universal, another multinational megacorp conglomerate that, of course, is very effective at pushing establishment and government talking points to the general public. Now, why does this matter? Well, this matters for a very specific incident, as, of course, she has been on record many times taking the establishment line when it has been counterintuitive to the general public. As, of course, she is on record talking about the steps she's taking to, quote, fight social justice and equality issues, noting that her company is progressive, hiring 50% of women and 50% of people of color over actual people with merit, showing inherent racist policies that she has pushed forward previously before. She also doesn't seem to know what she's talking about fake news, as she previously talked about and insinuated how establishment media can't spread fake news, as it can't come from allegedly trusted and traditional sources. She must have been absent during the Hunter Biden story from, the entirety of society, as she's also an individual that, of course, is calling for heavy moderation on Twitter so advertisers could essentially invest more money in Twitter, openly making these arguments in public forum and discussions with Elon Musk, and with her literally saying that multinational conglomerate corporations should moderate speech on Twitter. I think it's fair to say that it was a good time, but a very short time that we enjoyed Twitter. And I'm very happy I have lookandfilter.com, and I still haven't fully jumped on the Twitter bandwagon, and probably won't be jumping on the bandwagon from here. I was thinking about taking this video platform and just re-uploading everything to Twitter, but why should I do that now when the new guard is starting to look a lot like the old guard? As, of course, the policies of this new CEO have also promoted a lot of defunct, horrible ideas that have led to tremendously negative consequences for a lot of people medically, as she was a major pusher of the establishment line during the last 3 years, telling people to make questionable decisions about their health care without talking to their medical professionals. And again, everything that is lined up here specifically with the policies that she stands for, that she represents a very troubling sign to what people have seen as the last bastion of free speech that now is in question, and makes me personally very happy that I never fully put my eggs in that entire basket. Now, Elon Musk also has some very questionable posts and decisions during the last 3 years as well, and he even responded to me personally when specifically describing a situation where I think it's fair to say that shadow bans will become normal again on Twitter, specifically before even making the announcement of the CEO kind of admitting that this would be the person by saying that, quote, this will not be the case. And again, we just got to take his word for it. And that's not a situation that breeds a lot of confidence, as, of course, a lot of the talking points supporting this major decision and the few influencers that are going along with it are saying that specifically, hey, she follows a lot of different accounts like Jack Posobiec, so that makes her somehow equal in the political playing field. And no. And Elon Musk has even alluded to this, being like, oh, look, she follows some political commentators on the right, so this definitely equals out her entire career in the establishment. And no, it doesn't. Following some accounts on Twitter does not equate towards dedicating your entire life to the World Economic Forum, NBC Universal, and of course the establishment, which I think is fair to say now has a front seat in moderating and deciding the future of one of the few social media platforms that a lot of people had hope in that wouldn't succumb to establishment pressures. Now, I think it's fair to say that I have my own bias when it comes to talking about this specific story, especially when it comes to my long history of getting demonetized, of getting censored, of getting my videos deleted time and time again. Just a couple days ago, I got a random video deleted. Why? No reason given. So sorry for being a little bit more emotionally involved here, but our lives, our careers, and the future of this nation depends on our ability to be able to speak freely together. And when you have someone who clearly prioritizes advertisers over individuals, over free speech, there we have a big problem. Now, why is Elon Musk doing this when he has even previously alluded to the World Economic Forum having some kind of satanic entities? Well, it could be because Elon Musk wants Twitter to be the X app of everything, and he wants establishment advertisers on the platform, and this is one way of bringing them on the platform by essentially somehow making it also theirs in the same process. Now, I think it's fair to say that with this new CEO of Twitter, that this company will definitely get a lot more advertisers. Now, is this a part of a larger plan, a larger scheme that somehow is 3D chess that there's some kind of larger plan at work here to give everyone major corporate media advertising money? Well, who knows? But after my long, extensive career as an independent media creator and the censorship and the bullcrap that I had to face throughout the many years of doing this, I'm not going to be holding my breath. What do you think is the larger strategy and plan here? I think it's really the X app of everything. This is the marketing arm of Twitter. This is the way of Twitter getting all the establishment money. And with the way things are going socially and economically, some people are saying, yeah, that's a brilliant strategic move. I would actually disagree with that. But what do you think is going on here? What do you think is behind this larger decision? What are the motives? What's the long-term trajectory? And did this make you lose faith in Twitter? Let me know down in the comment section below. I think it's also important to have honest, real discussions. The comment section is where we could still do that for now. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe and check out our own platform, lukeunfiltered.com, and I will see you there after this broadcast. I love you guys. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and this is why I, again, am saying love you. Stay tuned for more here on lukeunfiltered.com. It's wearchange.org, whatever. You know what I mean.